All right. Let's start with our voices and connecting to the instrument of our voice as a force of healing. And what we're going to do is actually bring our hand to our throat and just begin to massage the throat. And let the eyes close. And just using one hand, you can let the other hand rest, or you could even rest the other hand onto the body. You could use the other hand to massage another area of your body. But really giving most of your awareness to the throat and just creating this kind of stroking motion. And then we're going to start to go back and forth like this. We press in with the fingers and then the thumb. And try moving the head around a little as you do that. And going up and down. And then we can actually do two hands, one to each side of the throat. And then we're going to start to relax and open the jaw as we do this. Making any sounds. Just really stretching the jaw. And then just relaxing the jaw and focusing on that side-to-side motion again with the throat. You can actually really kind of wiggle the throat around more than you think you can. So just go slow and see that you can actually press pretty good into it. And then we're going to bring our hands up underneath the jaw and get this area. And we can do that by stroking from the front to the back. Or we can use the thumbs and go up under and go from the back forward. And you can use the thumbs to stroke back. So just playing with it, you can use the other fingers to get the top of the jaw and get the whole jaw area. So for those of us that are here together this morning, Sona and Katie, just show me like 1 to 5. 5 means you're very interested in opening your authentic voice. 4 is like, interested but less. 3 is pretty interested, down to 0. Like, let me just see how much time we're going to spend on this morning. How much interest? Ooh, a 4 and a 5. Okay, good. So we'll definitely continue for a little bit here. All right, so just free form, combining all the things that we have just done, really getting into the whole throat area and finding the depth of, like I said, you can go deeper into the throat than you think you can. So, of course, you're really tuning in here. That looks good. Both of you guys are doing great. Wonderful. And here comes Fritzy. Yay. All right. Welcome, Fritzy. Good morning. So we're just starting with some throat massage, and you can join us as you feel ready, Fritzy, and I would encourage you to keep going with the throat massage a little bit longer than we do, because we're about to switch gears. But you can use your fingers side to side or massaging motion. Good. All right, and then when you're ready to switch it up, and so Fritzy, stay with throat massage for a little while. We're going to tap the chest with fingertips or fists and just make sound. And notice what sound comes out. So you probably resonated with my voice, but I'm going to be quiet and you just find your voice. There's a natural pitch that wants to come out. And then from that natural pitch, we're going to do this next. So we're going to play copycat game. So I'll do it and then you do it. And your pitch might be different than mine. So let your sound come out. It doesn't have to be the same tone as mine. So then we go. Your turn. So start with mouth open. And then ooh. And then just caressing. When you get to the highest, focus your energy to go downward and let your face relax. straighten the spine when you go high. Your turn. And then bringing the hands to the belly and just giving some gentle caressing and love to the belly. And you can use a hand to do this with me if you want, or you can just watch my hand. Stay focused on your belly. Here we go. Ah, my mouth is really open. Ah, ooh. Your turn. Again. Ah, ooh. Good. All right. So then, crossing the legs, closing the eyes, straightening the spine. Let the body rock gently. Take a couple deep breaths. So in this practice today, we're going to focus on really connecting to ourselves as a force of resonance and allowing breath and vibration, sound, breath and sound to be the vibrations that we use to attune our resonance. So creating a sea of Om together with me. You're going to hear your own voice and you're going to hear my voice, and you're going to match my voice and then play off of my voice to go wherever your voice wants to harmonize or resonate. Since we're all women in the class today, it's very easy. Most women have a certain range, and so I'm going to be in that range. Most men have a certain range, and a lot of times it's a little difficult for the genders to sing in each other's range, although there is that crossover. Okay, so we're going to stay in the women's range, and please just copycat and join me. Beautiful, Katie. Ah, and notice the shape of my mouth, and really when my mouth is open, really try to get your mouth open. Ah, ooh. So we're combining the ah and the ooh, and we're fluctuating in the ah. Just see if you can get a feel for that. One more time. And let the breath come in the mouth. So in singing, we usually mouth breathe, which is different than yoga, nose breathing. Okay, so here we go. So now we're in the ooh, and the mouth closes on the So we'll make the whole sound of ah, ooh, So we're doing the om as A-U-M. Here we go. Ah, ooh. When you feel the see if you can create vibration in the lips, and then push that sound, and you're pushing the sound always towards the sinuses to get it into the pineal and pituitary gland. So we're going to practice this way, creating these sounds, and just play and have fun here, okay? bit lower, and then we're going to go a little higher. As we continue, I want to invite you to self-massage, to change positions. You can lay down and do this. Let your physical body be noticed, and do self-care by just noticing what you want. So you can even come in this position and do this. Now we're going to go higher and be really gentle with your voice. Don't force anything, because in the morning the low voice is available, and in the evening the high voice is available. So you don't want to push into the high voice too much in the morning. So go lower if you feel, but here we go. Good. I want to invite you to bring your hands to your body, and you can just hold presence with yourself anywhere that you want to bring healing energy, or gently caress or massage. And just notice what happens as we continue to, we're going to do about 5 to 7 more, where you just go, you take all these things we've just done and just move freely with them. And when your hands come to your own body, as you create resonance with sound and breath, what does it feel like? Just notice. Here we go. Now 2 more in your authentic voice. I'm just going to hold space and let you hear your own voice. Let it play with it. Get it to its place where it feels most amazing, just absolutely healing, and do 2 or 3 more. Beautiful. There is this profound alignment that happens with our own self-knowing and our capacity to heal ourselves when we bring the presence of our own touch, our own breath, and our own sound to the experience. So we're going to remain lying down. I'm going to grab something here I want to show you. A little home tip as we enter into the coldest time of the year and the cold and flu season. I think we're all going to probably end up being home a little more. So if you have a singing bowl or you want to get yourself one, these are very important to buy if you can in person, because you want to find one that sounds amazing to you. And when you hear the tone, when you sing to it, oh, so this one is not my ideal. My voice is struggling to find its resonance. So when you go to like a little Tibetan store, they have these, and it's wonderful. A lot of times when you go to almost every town now has a Tibetan store. You're supporting families directly when you buy them that way instead of on Amazon. Don't do it on Amazon because you're going to get a low quality. You might get a good one on Amazon. I don't know. But I would, if you can, get one in person. But what I love to do, and I just want to show you guys this, is I get a soft kind of mallet and I do what we're doing, but I add a bowl to it, and it's absolutely incredible. So you can tone with it. Or you can simply just listen. And a lot of times when I use a bowl, it's just about breathing and listening to resonance. So this is a girl's best friend right here. It's a really powerful way to meditate and do self-healing. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. Let's come lying down. And if you want to play some music, the playlist I sent you or any music of your choice, this is a good time to go ahead and get that playing. And we're going to start on the ground. And let's start with a lying twist. We can come to the right side where we bend the left knee and bring the left knee across. And add some rocking and some breath and some sound. And I'm not going to make sound so much as I would if I were doing my own practice, because I want to give you the space to make sound that is absolutely authentic for you. And I also want to encourage you to just be real. If you're not feeling like making sound, then just focus on breath. But sound and breath are the tools. We can completely neutralize the mind and bring ourselves into a state of healing through our own presence with ourselves, through our hands as being a force of awareness and healing, and through our resonance of sound and breath. Adding gentle rocking to this, or self-massage if you would like, adding sound, and at the very least adding breath. Good. And with an inhale, rise. We'll come to the other side. As we come into our practice and we begin to be the observer of the mind, and the observer of our authentic state, and just really allowing ourselves to be held by our own presence so that we are not forcing anything. When we notice that the mind is busy and it's not necessarily positive, we might be observing our stress or the decompression that's needed or the subconscious dump that needs to occur. That's a really powerful time to bring in sound. So toning or mantra, and we can just meditate on mantra to give the mind something to whirl with that will allow the processes that the mind needs to still happen, but in a way that we alleviate the suffering. So right away there's no more suffering. When you have mantra and you're focusing on mantra, you're getting all the decompression that you need without the the negative self-talk or the criticism or the stress, the anxiety. So letting our systems work out what needs to be worked out. And with an inhale, coming to center, let's take our left foot up. We're going to reach up and grab the toes, or we're going to reach up and grab the ankle or shin, and you can use just the right hand or you can use both hands. And we're going to drop the right knee over first. My knee's bent, I'm creating stability, and then I'm dropping my left leg over. I'm going to try to straighten out the left leg, and I'm going to use my left hand if I want to give some massage to this area where it feels the most tight. I can even begin to turn and release the left hand from my body and reach out like a star. And if I want to add more, I'm going to straighten out the right leg and stretch in all directions. So anywhere along the journey here, you might just back up and say, ooh, I'm just going to go right back to here. That's enough for me. So finding the positioning that is most healing for you. Feel a sense of the left shoulder opening towards the earth, and the heart and the chest elongating, the belly stretching into the posture, the breath expanding the torso without force, just a sense of willingness to open. And then we're going to bend the left leg and bring it to meet the right knee. So now both knees are bent, and we're going to bring ourselves back up to center. We're going to kick the right leg up, and now the left leg is bent. Grab with the left arm, or maybe both, wherever you can reach, We're going to open the left leg out towards the left so that it stabilizes us as we begin to drop over. And we come gently into this side. You can straighten out that bottom leg and create a more dynamic stretch. If you really want to get into it, you can line up the crown chakra, third eye, heart center, and left hip bone. So you create a nice straight line of extension through the torso, or just allowing the body to work towards that. Deeply breathing. Adding sound or mantra if you feel. Hum, ahami, hum, aham, dum, hara, 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 hum. Feel yourself as a river of resonance inside, and just scanning your awareness through the face, softening the throat, the jaw, the pelvis, the heart center. All of you becoming like a blossoming, beautiful flower, opening to the morning, taking in life force. And we're going to slowly bend the top leg and bring it to lay on top of the bottom leg, and then drop both knees up and come to center. And we'll come into happy baby here, reaching through and wrapping the hands around the outside of the feet and pulling down. And here, let's add breath of fire, and let's get really crazy and do immunity breath for starters. So tongue comes out and eyes roll up. We're just going to do a short amount, so really stay with it. You really feel the navel pumping. You're witnessing the mind, noticing the chemical changes in the mouth. You can begin to even rock side to side very slowly. And now push all the breath out the mouth. Take a big breath in through O mouth. Hold the breath and squeeze Mula Bandha. Activating your body, activating the spine. Feel a sense of presence inside, noticing every part of your physical being. I'm choosing to point my toes. You could try that if it feels really good to me right now. Even to circle the ankles. You're releasing that breath when you're ready, and then we're taking another breath in. As you hold the breath, now we're going to begin to point the toes and straighten the legs and keep the hands towards the outside of the legs and slowly begin to release the ankles and use the pressure of the wrists to press into the legs, releasing the breath as you're ready. And so my palms are facing up and I've got the pressure of the wrists opening the legs. And then I'm going to soften and I'm going to sweep the hands down the legs and massage, knees bend. And then I'm going to bring my feet towards the earth and I'm going to get this area right here where there's usually some good tension, especially for women. Our pelvises hold a lot, so we're going to get that area there where the leg connects into the front of the hip, right there at the hip bone, the front of the hip bone. Good, and then we're going to release, we're going to roll over onto the tummy. And we're going to come onto the elbows, and we're going to turn the feet under, and our feet are hip width apart or together. Probably a little easier with them apart. We're going to press, the elbows are directly beneath the shoulders and then back slightly, like an inch or two. Hands are shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide. We're going to kick the hips up and then see if you want to bring the feet together. So try both, your choice, feet together or feet slightly separated. And in fact, let's just take 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And we're going to continue to move like this, lifting the hips up slightly, not too much. And we're going to add breath of fire through O mouth. And release, and we're going to arch and walk the hands in slightly, let the feet be hip width apart, and we're going to open into the fullness of the arch, and we're going to come back to O breath. Push all the breath out. Take the head and create a circle, moving very slowly. Sit, breath in through O mouth and hold the breath as you circle one more time. And just circling maybe 2 times and then reversing directions and releasing the breath. Let the breath do anything it wants for a moment. Press into the earth, lengthen the neck. When you've completed your second circle, then we're going to push into child's pose. And in child's pose, we're going to do breath of fire. So if you're needing a little space to breathe, bring your hands into fists and put the third eye onto the fists. And here we do breath of fire. push the breath out. As you take the breath in, you're going to wave up and come back into upward dog. Let the elbows be soft. Press the shoulders down. Just letting the breath regulate itself. We're going to inhale and come back to child's pose. Hold the breath for a moment. And then exhale, arch up like a cat and wave. Take the hips down and then open the heart center. Good. And then pushing back into child's pose. We're actually going to come sitting onto the heels. So we're going to add to this little movement. Wow. Hello, gong. Gong is right there. That felt really amazing. I felt this presence at my back, and I look and the gong is right there. It's like big, huge sun energy. Okay. So arching the spine, opening the throat, taking the head forward, and then waving up. And the arms are just going to move however they are supportive. Inhaling as you open, exhaling as you rise up. Good. Then we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to add coming forward and rising up into either Sphinx or coming up further. And then exhaling back. Come all the way back up to sitting. Open the heart center, slide the hands forward, hips are up, sliding forward. Inhale up, exhale back. So play with this and close your eyes and let your body show you the waving movement. You can watch me and copycat, or you can make it your own. So if you do it slightly different than I do, that's totally fine. We are moving from this upward dog position back to sitting and really allowing ourselves to just move the wave through the body. You can even let the arms get involved. Two more times. Beautiful. Really nice. And the next time that you come forward into an upward dog, as you push back, you're going to turn the feet under and push back into downward dog. And here we're going to pedal it out. And then we're going to come onto the hands and knees, and we're going to come onto the right elbow, and my hand is flat on the earth and I'm on my right elbow, and I'm going to push up and I'm going to turn to the side, and I'm going to kick my right foot forward and slide into a split and take the left hand up. You can also do this up on your hand. I tend not to teach it this way because so many of us end up with wrist issues. I really like it on the elbow. Good. And then we're going to come back in. We're catching ourselves on our knees, and we're going to switch sides. Get onto that left elbow and then kick the feet apart and reach up. And let's do one more time each side. And once you get there, you can take a breath or two. Good. And then coming to hands and knees, We're gonna take a moment to shake it out here, and I want to invite you to get into a primal nature and let it feel opening and releasing. And I'm gonna go ahead and play some music to inspire you, because I'm not sure what song you got going on. So if you want to pause it, I'll put something through that hopefully will help us to all break through some barriers. So as we do this, we are closing the eyes, deepening the breath, and just allowing a sense of liberation and freedom. Just a couple minutes here, shaking it up and stretching it out. Yes, total freedom. Total freedom. See if I can find a song for you. Here we go. I'm getting there. You guys are beautiful. Just getting started. I love it. Here we go. Sure you're breathing deep, and maybe working with figure 8 patterns if you're not quite sure. This song is a little more like, I don't know, it sounds kind of risque. Like I didn't expect it to be quite so porno sounding, but see if you can go there with me. Just let your body break through the barriers of whatever. And it's really about breathing and finding patterns in your body, maybe some figure 8s or circles. And it's going to give it another minute and a half here to just break into the resistance of the physical realms and just let the mind be free and just, have a little comedy about the experience or whatever is real for you. There you go. Yeah, into the breath, figure 8s, circles. On a yoga funhouse. Good. And then I want to invite you to try emotions here. just to try new patterns in the body. So shaking up here, and let's make sound. Really getting the wrists. Good. And then here, this one feels really good, and it can be a little hard to get it, but it's the heart up and down, the heart up and down. And you can go onto the shoulders or onto the elbows and just pulse your heart. And get a really powerful breath going. Then he sounds. Good. And then up on the hands and knees, there's the sideways sway. And in the sideways sway, you can sometimes add a little bit of figure 8 into the neck. Feels really, really good. And then leaning back into the side to side. Bringing it into the heart, close to the earth. Let the head move really softly and free here. And then try putting the forehead on the ground and continue the side to side. And the side to side becomes smaller, and you feel the neck really releasing in this beautiful way. Yes. And then coming up, we're going to lay onto the belly. We're going to reach back and grab the ankles, and we're going to lift up. We're going to begin to rock. And then hold and add breath of fire. Push all the breath out. Hold the breath out as you push up into child's pose and take a deep breath in. Coming into child's pose, hold the breath and just become very still. Put the forehead on the ground, on the earth. As you exhale, rock the body side to side. Good. Inhale, rise up. We're going to take our right leg forward and come into a hip stretch. Just bringing the hip bone from up here down towards the earth. Right knee above right ankle. Opening through the heart center. Turn the back toes under and push back through the back heel. And then we'll bring the hands up to the knee. And we're going to even bring the hands up to the sky. We reach up and we're going to clasp the hands together like this. Point through the index finger. And here we can add breath of fire if we'd like to, or cannon breath or immunity breath, any of those three forms. Open the throat and gaze up through the third eye. Find a still spot to gaze at. Soften the gaze. You can even try closing the eyes, although that's more challenging. Adding the breath of your choice. Push all the breath out as the arms come down. And we're going to come to the inside of the leg, and we're going to push our leg outward. So you're letting this leg go outward. It just moves itself outward, and then the elbow can push into it. I feel my elbow on the inside of my shin. Gently coaxing it outward. If your body comes lower to the ground, you're simply just letting the leg come out. So it's just opening itself. Good. So I'm pretty close to my right leg. I've got my right arm touching, my right elbow is touching my right foot. And then I'm going to take my back leg up and straighten it. I'm going to adjust the height of my body so it feels really good. I may stay low. I might come back up onto the hands, but my right knee is opening outward. And then I'm going to release, lean back, and come into pigeon pose. So right heel goes under left hip bone. That's it. And we're going to arch into it. And let's release tension and just resistance to any, let's let go of whatever is inside for you. And we can do Kali breath. So it's like a lion face. Let's do 3 rounds of that. Stick the tongue out, roll the eyes up. And then come to the earth and just humbly resting the head onto the hands. You can make fists or flat hands or a combination of the two and find a way to make a pillow. That's it. Beautiful. Add some gentle rocking side to side. And we'll rise up. You can start your music again if you got some music. Our Shake It song was really cracking me up. I'm sorry, it sounded like we went to a strip club all of a sudden. I was like, that's a new song I just got. I didn't realize it was quite so right. You know, you guys did good going there with me, just letting it go. All right, we're back on hands and knees. I'm trying to get some new music. Sometimes that's a little risky. It was okay. I mean, the song was okay. I tend to like things that are a little more primal, just to help everybody really go to whatever space you want to be in, and drums. So, starting low, aligning the hips, squaring them forward. Let's turn the back toes under and push back through the heel. Remembering you can always go rogue. Bringing the hands up. Feeling opening in this inner area. And as the hands come up, let's come back to a breath of fire or any breath of your choice. I'm choosing cannon breath. Relaxing the toes and push all the breath out as the hands come down. Inhale as you come back into child's pose and hold the breath. And releasing the breath. We're going to inhale forward and come into pigeon pose. Oh, actually we're coming back here. I knew I was missing something. We're coming to the crocodile. So let's come back into position, deep breath. We're gonna bring our body to the inside of this leg. So right now my legs are really straight like this. It's very linear. Now this leg's going out and I'm coming into the inside, not way over here though. Keep your body close to your leg. Good. We come down towards the earth. We can rest the head into the hands or just hold the head up. Keep the hands on the earth. Good. And we can try inhale through O mouth. Exhale through nose. Another good immune building breath. With your next inhale, hold the breath, and we'll come into pigeon pose, and we'll do 3 lion breaths as we exhale. Tongue comes out, eyes roll up. Do 2 or 3 of those if you'd like to. Releasing the ugliness and the darkness and the things that are stressful and the weight of the imbalances inside of us and in the world. And then we humbly and gently come forward to rest onto the hands, to bring the heart towards the earth. Add some gentle side-to-side rocking. And I invite us to chant Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. You can join me. This just invokes the bliss state and helps to release suffering, brings us closer into union with Source. So, Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahegyo. Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Last round. Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Inhale, rising up. We're going to push into the hands, and we're going to release and bring our feet together, and our knees are very wide. So I'm creating this diamond with my body. So my feet are together and my knees are very wide, and I'm going to come onto the elbows and then see if the pelvis will come towards the earth. The feet are going to lift up, and I'm going to rest onto the rib cage, and then rest my head or chin onto fists or hands. Then we're going to see if we can gently lower the feet downward and just relax here. Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Waheguru, Waheguru, Wahegyo. Pushing into the hands, we're going to lift up and bring the feet to touch the earth. Bring the hips back to sit on the heels. And then we're going to bring our feet so that the toes are on the ground. So the feet, let's see, there we go. The feet are going to be like this, okay? So we're going to come up and we're going to balance. And we're going to bring our hands to Gyan Mudra, balancing if we can, or maybe keeping the hands here. If your hands are down, that's it, you got it. Good, good. And then we bring breath of fire. As you continue, slowly begin to lift the hands up. All the way up till the fingertips touch. And then slowly lowering. And push all the breath out. Become still, hold the breath out. Take a deep breath in. Apply Mula Bandh, lift the chest, engage Jalandhar Bandh. Focus at a still spot where you can just focus your gaze. And gently releasing. Okay, we're going to come sitting down. We're going to lean back. We're going to make sure we have some padding under our bum, but not a pillow. A pillow is going to be too wonky. Either a carpet or folded up blanket. We're coming here. We're leaning back into Navasana. So we're on the tailbone now. You can feel that. That's why you want that little bit of padding. We're lifting up the chest. The hands are by the sides. Feet are together. We're going to come into cannon breath. O mouth, breath of fire. And if you're on moon time or breath of fire isn't for you today, remember you can do combination of O mouth and nose. So you can inhale O mouth, exhale nose. Or you can inhale nose, exhale O mouth. So that combination of O mouth and nose is always a good alternate to breath of fire. Cannon breath, if you're into it. We can begin to straighten the legs and even hold on to the legs. You can reach for the feet and walk your hands up and perhaps grab the feet. If you grab the feet, keep them close together. They might separate slightly, and that's okay. Point the toes. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. Beautiful, Fritzy. Good job. Yes, working with it. Good. Now you can begin to open the legs and continue with the breath. You're regulating your own breath because I know all of you. You're all experienced yogis with me by now. So letting yourself regulate when you exhale fully and pause and take that big breath in and hold. Just working with the breath in your own divine knowing. So legs are open. We can open them even further. At some point when you feel complete, you're going to exhale and bring the feet together and just hold for a moment. And then inhale and release down. Come sitting in Gyan Mudra, nice and straight. Close the eyes, engage the locks, focus into the third eye. We're going to do 3 rounds of breath retention, moving with your own rhythms. Good. Now we're going to grab our pillows if we want. Sitting comfortably, we're going to begin to circle the neck. Take the chin forward and go clockwise, right ear to right shoulder towards in that direction, opening back, lifting up. Left ear towards left shoulder and circling all the way around. So we'll continue to circle in this way. Deepening the breath, releasing the belly, calling upon the energy of harmony. When we circle the head in this way, it is very nurturing to the glandular system, and it bathes the pineal and pituitary in this sweetness that they just long for. It's like a universal energy. Imagine yourself connecting to the rhythms and the patterns of the universe that are all around you and inside of you. And just feel a sense of resonance, harmony, and alignment. We're going to then reverse directions, now circling the other way and continuing to just feel a sense of resonance with harmony. Beautiful. And gently coming to stillness, take a deep breath in. Apply the locks, seal it in. And release. All right, setting the pillow to the side and coming back onto the back. We're going to twist from side to side. So my hands are out to the side, slightly just about a foot away from my body. And I have both knees bent, and I'm going to lift my hips up and flip from side to side. Inhale here, exhale to the side. You can inhale nose and exhale mouth with a big sound through the mouth, really moving the digestion, and the nervous system is benefiting here. We're also building immunity. And now we're going to continue, but we're going to add a layer to this where as we come to the side, we're going to begin to kick the legs out. And you're going to be careful here, because if you have some low back stuff going on, this might be too much for you. And you might just keep your knees bent, or you might just take the opportunity to twist. Okay? So knees come together and then they kick out. And that bottom leg is probably going to stay bent when you kick out, just to kind of stabilize you. Okay, if it straightens out, that's fine too. But you're kicking out in a way that feels not too regulated. You're not worrying too much about straight legs. You're just letting it happen. That's it. Good. And then add some speed. It helps if you turn the head to look in the direction of the top foot. Good. And then come to center when you feel complete. You're going to start to feel that fire in the low back and in the core. Good. Then we're going to take our right leg up and the left leg up. We're going to scissor, 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 scissor. Keep the head up if you can. Exhale each time you pull your leg towards you. Right here's the exhale. And release. We're going to bring the hands under the hips and double leg lift. Inhale up. Exhale down. And as you're ready, release and just stretch in any way your body asks. Yeah, we're going to roll over and come back onto our hands and knees. Okay, round two. So we're going to get primal again. I'm going to play drum music this time. So remember when we were here? This is so important for women to do this, and unfortunately it's gotten really sexualized as some kind of like stripper club activity. But honestly, this is a very, very powerful way for us to connect to the earth, to our primal nature, and to liberation. And it doesn't have to be about sexiness. It's whatever you want it to be, okay? So remember some of the moves that we practiced. Let's try them again. Hips come back, the heart comes to the earth, and you feel a sense of pulsing of the heart towards the earth, low to the ground. Now come up higher and pulse. Your arms are gonna bend. So there's this pulsing of the heart and a little bit of a side-to-side sway with that, where you're really getting into the spine. The head and neck can become a part of it. So it's this pulsing in the upper body. That's it. Good. And then we also practiced doing side to side. So side to side, you can slow it down. Side to side, and side to side can also become figure 8. So practice that up on your knees. Let the head get involved. And then as you come closer to the earth, you can also let the elbows touch, and you can sway side to side, let the head move, and then the head can even touch the ground, and the side to side becomes smaller. It's more of a wiggle. It comes back into the feet. Yes. Okay, and then we can come up, and we can shake it up here, where you shake into the wrist. It feels really good to get the wrist, but you can also pulse the heart up here. So you can do this kind of rocking with the pelvis, like we do spinal flex. And my knees are pretty open here. Your knees could also be closed, but it feels really good open. So there's this spinal flex with shaking. Feels so good. And then there's lateral shaking, this sideways kind of thing. This is more, forward and back, and then there's lateral too. So that just gives you something to play with, and I want you to discover your own ways too. We're going to do 2 minutes more of Primal, get down, and really let your body just get free, your voice, everything. Here we go. Okay, make noise and breathe. 60 more seconds. Come to center, get comfortable, and take 3 deep breaths, just grounding yourself in your own way. And as we breathe deeply, we're also going to begin to bless ourselves with our own hands. And you can copy what I'm doing, or you can create your own way. And so even if you want to grab your pillow and get comfortable, blessing ourselves is just gently taking the hands into that sacred space where the magnetic field and the body connect. Magnetic field and the body connect. Taking some deep breaths, at least 3 of them where you hold that breath too. And squeeze Mula Bandha as you hold the breath. Just feel a sense of honoring the goddess force that is inside of you. This is a very powerful healing force that we carry. Wherever you feel that you need some blessing, just bringing your hands, your fingertips, and just gracing that part of you, maybe even feeling that your hands are the hands of your ancestors or the hands of creation, the hands of the divine. Just allowing yourself to really feel integrated. Aligning the physical body now, getting the head, neck, and spine, the chakras in alignment. Feel the earth beneath you, the sky above you. Taking one final sweep of blessing for yourself. Blessing all the parts of you, the physical and the emotional. And ending with the hands at the body, the belly, or the heart, bowing the head. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath, apply the locks, focus the gaze. And release. So sitting with a straight spine, go ahead and grab your pillow if you want that. Our meditation today is that we're going to take our arms and we're going to start to move through our magnetic field, creating a sense of blessing and strengthening. So I feel my hands, my fingertips, and I'm just imagining and visualizing and connecting with my own magnetic field, my own shield of protection and projection. And there's no wrong way to explore into this. You are free to move in what way feels right. And if you prefer to stand up to do this, you can also stand up. And as we continue, we're going to add mantra, and you can just listen or you can join in with me. We're going to chant the mantra, or one of the mantras of protection, which fills the magnetic field with light and the force of guidance. And we're going to chant the Mangla Charn, so please join me if you would like to. Let the eyes close if you feel. Adgure name, Jugadgure name, Satgure name, Sri Guru Deve name, Adgure name, Jugadgure name, Satgure name, Sri Guru Deve name, Adgure name, Jugadgure name, Satgure name, Sri Guru Deve name, Adgure name, Jugadgure name, Satgure name, Sri Guru Deve name, Adgure name, Jugar Guru Name, Sat Guru Name, Sri Guru Deve Name, Ar Guru Name, Jugar Guru Name, Sat Guru Name, Sri Guru Deve Name, Ad Guru Name, Jugar Guru Name, Sat Guru Name, Sri Guru Deve Name, Ad Guru Name, Jugar Guru Name, Sat Guru Name, Sri Guru Deve Name, Ad Guru Name, Jugar Guru Name, Sat Guru Name, Sri Guru Deve Name. Last one. Ad Guru Name, Jugar Guru Name, Sat Guru Name, Sri Guru Deve Name. Now hear the mantra continuing silently in your mind. And just begin to smooth out and align any of the frequencies that are disharmonic. In your projection of who you are, in the energy that you let into your life. And when you feel complete, bringing the hands to the body, and once again, just smoothing out that connection between your physical existence and the extension of your energetic relevance. Everything is energy, everything is vibration. So as you smooth out that space where the body and the magnetic field unite, you feel a sense of alignment between who you are inside and how that ripples outward. Allowing yourself to just come into a perfect state of harmony and alignment with your true essence, with your authentic self. How you emanate, what you draw to you, and how you respond to everything that comes from the outside in and the inside out. And coming to completion, taking a deep breath, holding the breath, aligning, applying the locks, gazing into the third eye. We'll take a couple rounds to seal in our work and to settle ourselves into a space of resonant alignment with our authentic being. Inside of you, there is so much power to self-heal and to self-direct. You know what you need. And the more that you can tap into the flow of life and alignment to being your authentic self in all moments, the more that the universe aligns with you, and the flow of life is simply easier, more direct. We're going to come lying down for Savasana and take some time to really deeply integrate. I invite you to lay down and get really comfortable on your back. Feet about a foot apart. Hands either on the body or out to the side. Head on the ground, on the earth. Head, neck, and spine in alignment with one another. Surrendering into the divinity of the goddess force that thrives inside of you. Allowing yourself to be the queen that is held by the earth. Feeling this powerful force of the mother, the maiden, the crone, the goddess wisdom inside of you. Surrendering into her sweetness and her holding of you.
Inviting your next breath to be deep and full. Beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Taking a deep breath, reaching the arms up above the head to stretch through the whole body. As you exhale, next bring the hands down to the body. Taking a moment of affirmation to yourself, for yourself. And then gently rolling to one side. Coming to a fetal position. And resting there for a breath or two. Sealing in the practice. Keeping this deep relaxation in your body. Use the arms and the hands to push yourself up. Coming all the way up to sitting. And then bringing the hands, bring them to the heart today, one hand over the other. Lifting the chest into the hands, aligning the chakras, the head, neck, and spine. Let's close with 3 ohms. Just feeling our own resonance and our own capacity to self-heal. Bringing hands to the heart in prayer, and then bringing them to the third eye, and then bringing them to the crown chakra, connecting to all that is greater than we, the great spirit, the great mystery, and then bringing the hands back to the heart to unify the field. And then bringing the hands down to touch the ankles, to represent the body, and just bowing to the body, giving thanks for your body. And then coming forward to the earth. And taking a moment to just give thanks to Mama Earth. With an inhale, you'll rise up, bring the hands back to the third eye, honoring the mind, and back to the heart, honoring the spirit, the heart, the wisdom within. Satnam.